Hi, I'm James and thanks for tuning in to eBuyer. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Roccat Vulcan keyboard. This is an awesome mechanical gaming keyboard with some really cool low profile switches. I'll be taking a look at the overall design, all the features, functionality, unboxing the keyboard and then testing it out with a gaming title to really see how it stacks up. Before we do any of that though, if you aren't subscribed to the eBuyer YouTube channel yet, please make sure to do so using the subscribe button below. Without any further ado though, let's dive into it. I was really excited when I saw that this was one of the products we were going to be looking at today, mainly because I actually daily drive the Roccat TKL version of this keyboard, aka the design that doesn't have the number pad. Those of you who like your keyboard shortcuts though will be glad to see this is a full-size layout, giving you all the standard keys you're used to, including that full number pad, and some really nice media control keys. As mentioned in the introduction as well, this actually features low-profile keycaps. So rather than having big heavy keycaps, you've simply got this nice plate that sits on top of each of the switches. These switches are designed to be super quick and the exposed design just looks pretty cool. Once you add into account all the RGB on there as well, which will of course boot up when we plug the keyboard in, it adds for a really nice design aesthetic. At the top right hand corner, you've got a volume wheel allowing you to change volume on the fly, a feature often found on high-end keyboard designs, as well as RGB buttons to change the RGB lighting, a mute switch and your volume switch. You've got a full set of function keys, a full number pad, a full arrow key set. The whole thing is basically a standard design with all the keys that you could possibly want. The design is really quite nice actually as well, nice and low profile. You've got no USB pass-throughs, but it just keeps it pretty simple. A long braided cable as well feels pretty durable and should last a nice period of time, while an included wrist rest is great to see. This is going to be great for support over long gaming sessions for your wrist, and just stop you getting stuff like RSI, repetitive strain injury, and aesthetically it looks pretty good. This keyboard does do a few things a bit differently though. You've got this brushed aluminum finish that kind of has a blue-silver tint to it, as well as all your indicators for caps lock, num lock, scroll lock down the bottom here. Plus our exposed switches are what they call a speed switch. They actually advertise that these are around 20% faster than industry standard. And what that means is you've got the lightest possible actuation force and the quickest period of time from when you press the key to when it actually registers. This is great for games that are very key intensive, great for first-person shooters where reaction times are absolutely king. That's enough of talking about the keyboard though, let's actually go ahead and try it out with a powerful gaming PC and some of my favourite titles. If there's any games you guys think we're missing, drop them in the comments below. I figured the best way to actually go ahead and test this keyboard out was to jump into some games. So we're jumping into a little bit of Splitgate, one of the biggest titles around at the moment. Straight off the bat, my first impressions are that the key spacing actually feels quite intuitive. These low profile keys actually have quite a big gap between them. They're spaced quite nicely, and when differentiating between the W, A, S and D keys, as we go ahead and get another kill on the board, it definitely feels quite distinct and feels quite nice to use. The control key as well on the spacing definitely feels okay to reach with my pinky finger, although it is a little bit further than you might find on some other keyboards on the market. The key switches feel pretty quick. Yes, there's another kill on the board. Obviously the keyboard's not doing too bad a job for us, and you can also configure the RGB using the 4 different profiles at the top and the FN keys. So I think I'd quite fancy a little bit of a green colour going on for us here, but feels nice to type on. The switches feel pretty quick as well in our gaming test. So far, so good for the Roccat Vulcan keyboard. I think we've established then that gaming on this keyboard is going to be pretty great, but what about typing? Now I am a bit concerned because the keys are quite raised and quite high up, meaning once they actuate, you've got quite a lot of height to travel before moving and traversing to another key. So for me, this might not be quite as ideal as some of my other options on the market, but let's still see what score we're able to achieve. Let's do this, and let's kind of see what words per minute we're able to actually manage to get. So I'm gonna be quiet and try and concentrate as I get my first spelling mistake in already. And the results are in, so we've got 59 words per minute, but reduced down to 55 with typos. I think though, now I'm a little bit more used to the keyboard, I should be able to get a better result. So let's see what my second attempt is able to yield. And we're now up to 65. I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna give it one more go and see how much further we're able to get with our 60-second typing test. There we have it, up to 75. You can see the graph actually steadily increases time by time. So while not my ideal layout originally in terms of key height and stuff like that, definitely something you get used to. And I think with a couple more weeks of practice, I've been in the hundreds of words per minute with no problem. All in all, I've been pretty impressed by this design from Roccat. You don't get additions like a USB pass-through, and the wrist rest is a little bit low profile in its overall design. The dedicated media keys, a full-size layout, and these cool chiclet but still raised style keycaps make for a really interesting product. If you'd like to learn more about the Roccat keyboard we're looking at today, check out the links below this video. And if you'd like to see more from me and the whole eBuyer team, get subscribed to our YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in though, and as always, we'll see you soon.